Black women are ashamed of their own hair. Now, I know I'm probably going to get pushback for this, but y'all know it's true. And for many of us, it's actually cultural, generational. I mean, how many of us have mothers, aunts, or grandmothers, women in our life who literally told us that we needed to straighten our hair, or would, make disparaging comments about it, being a tame, or, something that needs to be tamed or controlled. Like, we all heard stuff. Saw older women wearing wigs and weaves and always doing something to try to straighten, always doing something to try to hide it. And so we grew up learning how to make our hair look like somebody else. But think about it. If you are consistently putting the hair of somebody else on your head, literally you are hiding the crown that God gave you, and you're putting the crown of another woman's hair on your head. Think about that spiritually. Like, what is that doing to you psychologically? If you can't even rock your own hair consistently, I'm not saying every so often, maybe you have a piece or something to have fun, but you are consistently having a need to hide what God gave you. What is that doing to you psychologically? What is that doing to your self-esteem? I've had a lot of women just over the last couple of weeks, like DM me, email me, and just kind of open up and be like, honestly, I don't know how to do my own hair. Like, I literally was taught how to keep it straight. I literally was taught how to make it look a certain way, but I don't know my own texture. Like, I don't know how to help my own hair grow. I don't know what it needs. And, I hear a lot of pushback. Oh, well, wigs and weaves are easier. Oh, we're just being creative or whatever. But the reality is, wigs and weaves are probably easier is because we spent the last couple of decades figuring out how to hide our hair, figuring out how to make our hair look like a white woman. But a lot of us didn't learn the regimen. We didn't learn what we needed to maintain our own hair. And so now you're maybe 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, you're older. It's like you don't even know because you weren't taught. But again, think about this. If you spent so much time trying to hide your hair, literally putting the crown of somebody else's hair on your head time and time again, what is that telling you about yourself? What message are you giving yourself? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, ladies, like, God gave you beautiful hair, whatever texture it is. It's like, you don't have to hide it. And I just wish there was more of an honest conversation about how some of us struggle with this. Some of us struggle to not know how to do our own hair, to not feel comfortable with it, to feel ashamed for it. And it's like, what God gave you is fine. It's good. I think as long as you find a regimen, you find a texture, you find, the products that work for you, there's something empowering about honoring and respecting what God gave you. But I think many of us have to first accept that we don't really like our own hair. And that's feeding into our own self-hatred.